welcome to your March Madness MCU Special Edition. My name is Tina Bradford. I am one of the national trainers here at Mortgage Coach, and today we will be working with your mobile app. So we're going to master the mobile app today. I do highly recommend interaction. If there's questions you have, if there's anything you need answered, please reach out. Let me know what you need because I am here for you. I want to make sure that you guys are invested in the process and that you guys are learning to be able to use the phone and your smart devices the best possible when you're in the field. And in order to do this, you do need to have them downloaded, both Mortgage Coach and Rate Watch. I'm going to give you guys a little hint and a secret how to work around the question that we're getting now. What are rates doing? Because right now everyone is price shopping based on rates. We want to get around that, and we want to use Rate Watch in order to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and drop in a poll to start off with, because I want to know, have you downloaded the Rate Watch and Mobile Coach on your phone, or Mortgage Coach on your phone? So if you guys can let me know and make sure that you have had them downloaded. If you have not downloaded them and you're on an iPhone, please go to the iPhone store, type in the 2 words Mortgage Coach, and install that on your iPhone. If you're on an Android, go to that Google Play Store and install them. It is really important that you have them on your device, that you're ready to use them. It's a great tool when you're prospecting realtors to be able to throw this out in front of them and show them a total cost analysis, because this is one of the ways you're going to be able to start doing more business with them. And it looks like most everyone does have it installed. That 8% that doesn't, please, I'm telling you, this is going to be the best thing. And after you see what I'm going to show you, you might agree with me. So we're going to start off. I'm going to pull over my phone. In this, I'm going to be working with both phones. I'm going to work with an Android, and that is the first one you see. And I'm going to take it back to the front screen. And then the second phone I'm going to use, that is the iPhone. And let me bring that one up as well. So I'm just going to drag it over here. Let me go into Mortgage Coach. So when you are on here, you're going to be looking for these two icons. This is the Mortgage Coach icon, and here is the Rate Watch icon. Those are the two that you want. Today we're going to start by going into Mortgage Coach. This is the first window you will come to. Let me make this a little smaller. Here we go. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into this screen. On this screen, we are going to go into the sample total cost analysis, just because I want you guys to have an experience of what your clients will experience. So if you'd like, go ahead and dive into that sample total cost analysis with me. When you do, this is the first page you come up to. Your clients will receive this as well. These are the disclosures. These disclosures protect you and your company. Clicking on OK and agreeing to it, we come to the video. We are not going to watch the video, so I'm going to push cancel from here. This is the initial landing screen when you first get a total cost analysis. You can see they are identical on the two except for one spot. Right here on the Android is a share link spot. So this is if you wanted to share a total cost analysis, this is that share link spot, and this is where you can tell your borrowers if they want to share it with their realtors, or they want to share it with someone else within their family, or that's going to help them make the decision. This is where they will share it. Now, once I push on the picture on both of them, I bring up a business card. This is where the share link is on the iPhone. It's in that upper right-hand corner. So you can see where it says share link. That is where you're going to share it if you're on an iPhone. And I suggest you paying attention to both phones because your client could have either phone. So share link again is in the business card on the iPhone, and it's on the landing screen on the Android. But on the Android, you can see the yellow lines. Those are hot links. If I was to push on there, it will directly send me over to an email to email Joe. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that and go back to the main screen. Now, in order to go back on the Android, I'm pushing that normal back button that you push. It's right down there by that middle button. So once I do that, and then on the iPhone, there's two ways. Either I can click the X or I can swipe my finger. So either way, I can swipe it left to right. I can eliminate those screens. You'll see your logo will be in that upper corner on this, as well as your information. We're going to dive into that summary area. So in that summary area, you can see right here, this is where the breakdown of the product is. On that breakdown of the product, you are able to go in and explain this to your client. So I want you to right now just sit back and relax. I'm going to go in as if you were the client and I am the loan officer. So you can see I have broke down the loan into 3 separate sections. These are the 3 FHA loans we had spoke about. I know price point is the area that you are really considering. You have about $1,900 you want to apply to the loan in every month. So on the loans that are not $1,900, I have applied that extra amount. So you'll see at the very bottom that your freedom points are actually less on the other 2 products. There are as minimal differences between these 3 loans. There's a slight tax difference, as well, of course, as the loan amount because it is for a more expensive home. However, when I go into the payment breakdown, I've highlighted that mortgage insurance. This is that mortgage insurance that's on all FHA loans. It is the life of the loan. So we do want to keep revisiting your loan if you go in this direction, because we'll want to remove that mortgage insurance from your loan. We're going to dive into the closing costs. And I just want to point out the differences on the closing costs. The cash to close is a little bit different. And the reason why is there is that UFMIP on there. If you look in the middle of the screen, you'll see that. And this is the upfront mortgage insurance that we had spoke about previously as well. Again, this is all on all loans. And if we close it with, or if we finance it within a certain time, you will get a part of that back. But right now, I just want you to note that it is a percentage, so it's based on the purchase price. That reinvestment screen, this is where I can show you the differences on investing that reduction payment. On the very top, you see the monthly savings. That's the amount that I'm going to invest on those 2 loans. That third loan is at that $1,900 that you're comfortable at. So we're going to leave it right there. So showing that investment on those other 2 homes, you can see that that breakdown is now there in the middle of the screen. And you will be paying off that first loan in about 24 years if you guys choose to live there that long. And that second loan is about 27 years. So I want you guys to take time with your family to really dive through these windows so you can understand the differences in the 3 loans. I am going to show you the other 3 sections pretty briefly. In the first section, this is the monthly payment savings. You can see the $245,000 home, you're going to be paying approximately $143 less. And on that mid-priced home, $255,000, it's $72 less. But not everyone is visual. Sometimes people need numbers. And if you're that person, that more information breaks down the payments in the pneumatic way. So you're able to get that information both ways. The short-term savings, the only thing I want to let you know about this short-term savings area is this, it does include your closing cost. So basically, short-term savings includes all unrecoverable costs on the loan. So closing costs as well as your interest and MI that you pay each month. That's what's calculated into here. We're going to go back to that last section, that long-term interest in MI. This is how much that loan is going to cost you over long-term for that unrecoverable cost. However, even though that larger loan at $265,000 is the most expensive, you're also building the most equity into that loan. So building that equity into that loan, it actually means that you are going to be able to build it up and have a little bit more available when you're ready to sell. So I want you to now take time with your family and to sit back, really dive into deeply with you. So thank you for taking your time with me, Mr. Client. I will contact you in 2 days if you haven't given me a call. I just want to make sure all your your questions are answered. So that is what your client should be getting. So, David, I do see a couple of questions in there. I will let you know that on that information, I'll be getting to it. If you're just a little patient, I'll go over that with you. So on here, that is the information that your clients are getting. Now, if you would like to, or I would suggest you practice texting this. Make sure that you have that capability and you're comfortable. You can either text it to yourself, to your own cell number, or you can text it to a friend or family member, even a coworker that's using the software. But the iPhone, it is in the electronic business card. And on the Android, it is that bottom spot right here. So now that you've seen and experienced what your clients should be seeing, I want to show you what you are capable of doing. There are several features on here. The iPhone does have a few more features than the Android does. So let me go back and I'm going to log in to start with. In that upper left-hand corner, the silhouette of the man is where we log in. Maybe. So initially you can see on the iPhone, this is the first landing screen when you log in. So logging in here, you want to put in the same credentials you do on your phone or on your computer. And then after that, you are able to go in every time and it's already in there. So I'm just going to sign in. And now I'm in the same account with both of my phones. The very first thing I want to point out is just a quick review of this window. The top one is just your views of your current reports, how many have been viewed, and how many views total. Second section is partner. This is your realtor partners. Third section is your clients. These are clients and prospects. And then performance gives you a total review of your lifetime clients as well as reports and client information on views. We're going to go back. And the first thing I want to show you is that client in the client information. So in that client information, when you are working with a client, it is vitally important that you stay connected with the client. Studies show in marketing that you have to contact the client, they have to see your name, hear your name, associate you with the product 5 to 7 times in order for them to automatically think of you when they think of a mortgage. So in order to do that, we want to make sure that you have as many touches with that client as possible. So let's say you have initially completed a total cost analysis for your client, and they have found a house they're considering. They call you, they're excited, of course, because they always are. This is a huge purchase, and they let you know, hey, I found a house, but it's, so much more or less. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your computer and you are going to make the adjustments necessary for the loan. But after you do that, you're going to re-record a message. Hopefully you recorded that message the first time on the total cost analysis, because that is a touch. Now we're going to record a second time. Anytime we make adjustments to that total cost analysis, you should be recording a new video for your client. So I'm going to go into client, and it's a little tricky because I am working on both phones at the same time. And I'm going to start by going into Betty ARM. This is one of my ARM loans that I have on here. Now I'm going to pick the presentation that I'm giving her. I'm giving her that total cost analysis. So you can see right here, now I have 3 choices: view report, video, and live reporting. I'm going to click on that video. And you can see that camera comes up. So hi, hope you guys are all doing well. On here, you'll see a couple of things. First off, when I click on record, you'll see that it starts recording on the Android in the top. You do have approximately 5 minutes to record. However, we suggest you keep it only to 2 to 3 minutes max. I'm going to push record on the other phone, and it has the same ticker up at the top. Now, a couple things about video. First off, keep your eye on the camera. I have 2 cameras, so it's a little harder right now. And as you can tell when I move my hands, because I do talk with my hands, that automatically my cameras move with me. So whatever personality you have in person, that is the personality you want to come across the screen. So if you are a little crazy, if you have a little, like I use the word swell all the time, so I might include that in my presentations, but you want to come across as your same self. You want to make sure your background is not anything that's going to distract your buyers. You want to make sure that they are focused on exactly what is going on. And you will notice my camera is a little choppy. It is only because of the internet here, and we have several trainings going on at the same time. Yours should not be like that. If you are getting anything choppy, it is only due to the quality of your internet, typically not the actual mortgage coach. Once you're done, you will push stop. And here you can use the video or upload the saved video, either one. So after I do that, you'll see it now has the little upload screen. So it's uploading my video. There we go. So this is the difference in the 2 phones. And again, you just need to focus on your own phone in this area because this is only a lender option. You want to upload the video. You want to make sure you say your client's name, typically at the beginning and the end of the presentation. If you're working with a realtor, plug that realtor. Make sure you're saying their name as well. After you have downloaded it, you can go back in and check it. It does take 2 to 3 minutes for it to get on there. So that is the way that you upload the video. Any questions here? Okay, anytime you do have questions, feel free to drop it in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the live reporting. You have a client. The client isn't quite as financially savvy. They're having a little bit of difficulty. So why don't you go in and drive that presentation for them? I'm going to go into the total cost analysis. And I'm actually only going to use the iPhone. Let me go ahead and pull my phone off because I want to show you exactly what happens when you're driving the presentation. Let me pull this over in the corner, and I'm going to come down here and bring up my edge. I want to make sure I'm in the same presentation. So Betty Arm. So I'm going to go right here to Betty Arm, and I'm going to open this up. I just want the link to this presentation as if I was sending it to my client. So I'm going to go over here to link and click on preview. And now I'm going to generate a link. Now this is how I would suggest you practicing it until you get comfortable to do it with a client as well. Copy this link, place it into a new browser window, and just push enter. Now my phone is tucked away. I want to bring that up. Let me go ahead and make that so it floats on top. There we go. So now we won't disappear. Okay, I'm going to go into total cost analysis into my phone. Now you'll see there's that live reporting. That is where I want to go into. So my clients are on their phone or their computer, and I am on my phone or computer. Going into the live reporting section, and we are in the same presentation. Let me go ahead and pull myself over here. Now, whenever I click into here, and I'm able to highlight here, it will automatically highlight onto there. Now there was a question, how do I clear the highlighting? If you're on your phone, if you're on an iPhone, there is a clear all right here. So just wanting to check, do you have an iPhone? If you have an iPhone and you ask the question about clearing the yellow, let me know. If you have an Android, I'll show you how to do it on the computer. So once you're on here, now you're going to go through it with the presentation with the clients. I am showing you the 30-year fix compared to the ARM product. You can see here that the ARM product is going to be slightly lower each month, about $92. You will see that the interest rate on this is a little bit higher. That's because this scenario is worst case. This scenario next to it is best case. And that final scenario is a custom case. So you can see how as I drive through it, my clients will see what's going on as well. If I go into any information on here, it will automatically drive it onto the actual computer that my clients are on. If I go into monthly payments, I can highlight and it'll highlight for my client. More information. Now, there is a slight delay when I'm pushing the button. This is why I want you to practice it on your own time. I want you to be comfortable to know that it is driving it with the client. So any questions on driving the presentation with the client with live reporting? So it looks like there's no questions there. So let's go ahead and go into another section. Working right now with realtors is something you guys should be doing on the market, and I'm going to bring this down so it's not distracting. And bringing the Android back over so I have both phones available. So let's go back to the beginning. And let's say I am working with a new realtor. There's a realtor I just met in the office, and he and I are talking, and I want to show him, one moment. Okay, the live reporting button. When you go into clients, you'll pick your client, Donna Rice. Now you're going to pick the presentation, total cost, and that is where you will find that live reporting button. So you have to dive in a little bit in order to get there. So let's go back. And let's say we are working with a realtor. I want to be able to show them what a total cost analysis looks like. Not only do I want to show them what a total cost analysis looks like, but I want it to be something that is pertinent to their current market. So I have created a list of marketing tools in my client section. So when I go into my clients, I can go into search. Search is at that upper part. And this is what I suggest you guys doing on your own time. I'm going to not put any information in here, but I'm just going to click on search again. You can see on my list the first 5 presentations, or I think 6 now because I added jumbo. The first 6 presentations are all ready to show a realtor at any time. I put that asterisk in front of it in order for it to come first in my list of products right here. So you should go back. You can make copies of current clients, but save it as a new client and then put it as a marketing piece and label it asterisk and the name of the presentation you're completing. Now, when I meet a realtor, let's say I'm in the Southern California area. A lot of my realtors work basically jumbo purchase. I can go right into the jumbo purchase, total cost analysis, view the report, and it'll come up and I can show my realtor this information. So now my realtor can go in and view the purchase total cost analysis, and this is probably something he has never seen before. Not a lot of people have this capability, or not a lot of LOs in the market that you're working in. So it's definitely a benefit that you want to be showing the realtors, this is what I can supply to your clients. So that's just a little tidbit. Any questions on that? So I do like to check in with you guys, make sure that any questions are answered. So I did get an alert on Daywatch. This just alerts tell you when someone has looked at your presentation. I'm just waiting. Okay, we're going to show one more time. I'm going to go into a presentation, total cost analysis. Now I'm going to go into that live reporting. And I'm going to click into my summary screen. That is where you will find that clear all button. It is located right here at the top. So do you see it yet, David? Let me know if you don't see it. Perfect. Okay, let's go into the next section. We are going to dive into a little bit on open house flyers. Open house flyers are very relevant in today's market because it is more based on the actual purchases and less on your current refi scenarios. So we want to go into the open house. Now, when you're working in open house, the part that you will be working in is that partner section. Let me go back here so you can see where that partner section is. Okay, we're going to click into partners. And I'm going to use that Eric Mine. And because I am hooked up into so many different devices right now and I'm casting, sometimes it doesn't show up right on my iPhone. So I'm going to open that open house flyer. And now I'm going to go into view report. You can see here you also have that capability of video and live reporting. You also have a share button here. The share button here is this button right here for the Android and this button right here for the iPhone. So that is where you can share it on the open house flyers. So let me erase those. We're going to go into view report. And that report is going to come up. And it will take a couple of minutes. Like I said, I have a lot of attached here, so sometimes it's a little slow. But it should come up fine on your phone. So a couple of things to note here. It is co-branded. My own information is on here. So it will come up just as it would on the other phone. So it also has a share link here for your clients on the iPhone as well. We're going to click off. It also is co-branded. Eric's information pops up as well. So this is a co-branded piece. This information right here, you put in the contact information. This was created in the open house section at edge.mortgagecoach.com. So yes, you have to create it on the computer, and then you have it the availability to have it on your phone. We're going to go back. And now I'm going to show you this area. And it just hasn't popped up because I'm in the same presentation on both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this one off. And we're going to focus on just my Android right now. So on that Android, you can see two dots right here in the middle of my phone. This means there's more than one picture. By clicking on those dots, that helps me toggle back and forth. I actually prefer the open house presentation on the iPad. It is kind of designed for the iPad and it comes up beautiful. That is to be used in an open house presentation. So if you're doing an open house, have an iPad available, open up your presentation here. You should have a video connected to that presentation. You record the video the same way I recorded a video on my total cost analysis earlier. And in this video, you should say a few things. First off, hello, my name is Tina Bradford. I am working with my realtor, Eric Mine. We would like to show you this lovely home, and I could do this in the house or I could do it by myself at wherever I'm at. In this home, and I'll talk a little bit about the home, please click into the property features. You can see more information about this home. When you're done, click on the back button or swipe from left to right if you're on the iPad. Now go ahead and feel free to click into that payment option. You can see in this loan I've compared the 30-year with the 30-year FHA as well as a VA loan. I can put this to any product that fits your family's needs. We can customize you a total cost analysis. If you would like copies of this presentation, feel free to push the share button in the upper right-hand corner and share this with yourself. You can either text it or email it to yourself. Now, the reason why you want to try to get it into their phone or into their email is that way they have your contact information. So by them having your contact information, they are not now going to have that next touch for the marketing purpose. They will not only have your information, but they will have the information of your realtor as well. So it does have disclosures on here as well, so it again protects you. So any questions on the open house flyer? Okay, looks like we're good. We're going to go ahead and move on, and we're going to move into Rate Watch. I really want to show you Rate Watch and take a little extra time here. The reason why is because we are currently in a market where people are doing a lot more rate shopping. So first off, let me show you the Rate Watch icon. It is the binoculars. So we're going to click into there. And when you initially click into Rate Watch, you come to a landing screen. Here is the landing screen. Rate Watch is an easy program. All you need to know is two things. Green means good. That means rates might go down. And red means bad. That means rates might go up. So landing on this page, if it is green, you can tell your clients, you know, the rates are doing a little bit better here. But if it's red, you can tell them rates might not be doing so great today. We might see an increase in the interest rate. Now, when they come to you and they're rate shopping, here is how you approach it. You know, I understand rates are very important. However, most of the advertising you're seeing on the news or you're hearing on the radio, those rates were probably for about a month ago. You really need to pay attention to the date those rates were published. What I do want to offer you is what I have available. I have a program right here. Show them the program on your phone. This lets me know what the rates are doing. The rates have been extremely volatile since the election. You can see right here from this alone, just from March 5th, rates have gone up and down considerably throughout that time. Now, what I want to let you know is I'm able to look at these rates daily. I have a daily alert. And with this daily alert, it even tells me if there is a volatile time. You can see that with the yellow dot. What I can do is I can share this with you every day so we can keep our eye on the rates. Never in your conversation do you need to mention to them, today's interest rate is blah, 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 because that's going to help them drive rate shopping. You just want them to know you have something that is really helping you make the best decision for them or to help them guide them in the best way for them to decide when to lock their loan. So this is going to remove that rate shopping mentality from your client's mind and move them into, I want to work with a professional, someone who has the tools at their fingertips to work with. So just a little insight on what I am showing you. This is today's rates, what have happened. You can see here, and I don't know why the alert's not showing up on my iPhone, but you can see right here, there has been a lot of movement. Now, if I wanted to go back to another day, there is date here as well as day up here. Clicking into there allows me to change the day. I'm going to go back to the 15th because I believe the 15th was a little crazy. Let me check. Yep. The 15th was a little crazy. We saw a lot of dramatic jumps on the 15th. So this might be one of the days you use to show your clients, hey, there's a lot of dramatic changes going on in the market. So even if we get you pre-approved, you might not have a house 30 till 60 days down the line. But know that I am working and I'm keeping my eye on the rates every single day so we can make the best decision to save you and your family the most money possible. So what else can RateWatch do? RateWatch has a couple other sections. And just know when you share this with your client, you are only sharing a screenshot. You are not sharing the actual program. You are the only ones that have the program in your hand. So alerts give you the actual alerts, what happened, what time, what was the change. Edge views is just that, who looked at your presentation or which presentations were looked at and how long they were looked at. Commentary, I want to talk a little bit more about commentary. Commentary area is some of the market. We have 3 different people who write in here, and they are market experts. If you are you need more layman terms, you're less knowledgeable, or your client is less knowledgeable about financial terms, that's okay, because Dan writes in a little bit more understanding layman terms here. On the other hand, if you are a financial junkie and you really want to know what's going on in the market, click into Neil. Neil breaks it down for you. He actually goes through each section, the treasury and industries, different things that are going on. He really breaks it down. So if that's the type of information you want for yourself, do that. Again, you can share once you click on whichever one you want. Clicking on that share button gives you that ability to share. So let me go ahead and go back. This is one of my favorite spots. This is the lender barometer. We keep tabs on 133 lenders. And of those lenders, we can see the movement. Now, the iPhone, it stays on that day that I changed it on. This is today's date. So looking at my Android, out of that 133 today, you can see the movement. 34 have improved prices almost 0.25%. So if you have not seen a price improvement within your office, and you know that you work alongside of some of the bigger lenders, when they improve, you improve, that should be coming down the line. So if you have a loan waiting to lock, you might hold off a little bit until that comes in. On the other hand, if this was the opposite and that 34 was worsening prices, then that might be a time, if you haven't seen your price increase on your interest rate, you might want to go back in and lock that loan before that comes through. So it gives you a little extra insight on what the actual lenders are doing with the interest rate. So it'll let you know how much up or down that price is going. Last section we're going to look at really quick is the settings section. The settings section has the top one that just lets you set up how you want to be alerted. Do you want to be alerted email or do you want text message? That is where that can be found. What I do want to show you is that update schedule. Update schedule allows you to automatically be sent a message via text or email, however you've chosen, at whatever time that you've chosen. So if you are working with someone who has to have a lock by a certain time, let's say 2 o'clock, you can make sure that you're alerted each day at 12. So when you go in there every day, you're going to automatically get a text or an email that tells you what the rates are doing. The other thing is maybe in the morning, if you are over here on the West Coast, you might want to know what has the market done since I've been sleeping. So you can have that 6 a.m. wake up call and have it sent to you then. So that is pretty much in a nutshell the Rate Watch features. Any questions? Or anything you want me to cover? I know this one is a little fast. There's a lot to go through. Trying to get it in that half an hour, but you can see even at the rate I went, I still wasn't able to. So any questions you have? If there's no questions, just going to wrap this call up and want to let you know where to get help. So if you go into Mortgage Coach Edge, there is always help for you. That help is located right here. This is a keyword search. So anything you need, you can type in that keyword. Now, the first screen that I showed that pops up on Rate Watch is a candlestick. So it's a candlestick graph. So if you want to learn how to read it, it's a little bit more in depth, so I didn't go into it. You can type in candlestick. You can bring it up. It tells you how to read that graph. You can tell anything else. And thank you, David, for letting me know it's a good session. Calendar also, sign up for more trainings if you want. If you do need that extra assistance, if you're someone who needs me to slow down, you need someone to work alongside of you so you can log in and you can work along with us and you have a question you need answered, please come into our Thursday call. Every Thursday, we do this Thursday training call. This is actually supposed to be set up as a Q&A. So if you need that help, you can come in and we will actually demonstrate whatever problem you want. You can interact with us. We can talk about what's going on. And that way we can really make sure that you're understanding how to use Mortgage Coach. At this time, I just want to thank you for your time and thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. And I hope that you guys have a great, productive weekend. Thank you again. Bye-bye.